All right, here we go. Now you can see everybody. Can you say hi? Oh my goodness. Hi, Fern. Look how big Fern has gotten. Fern is a black Silkie, and she's one of my favorites. I have another smaller version of her as well named Ferb or Furby. Oh, you might be wondering why I'm wearing a glove. I got my hand tattooed a few days ago, and it's still healing, so I'm trying not to have my dirty little chickens. I don't want my dirty little chickens to get it infected. I wanted to have a little talk with you guys today because I got a comment that kind of made me really sad, but it's not anything that I didn't expect. Basically, it was just somebody commenting saying they've been following me for years. They followed all of my animal content, reptiles, tarantulas, but they just cannot get behind the chicken content, and they really just don't like it. And I knew that was coming because chickens are a little bit different than most reptiles and inverts, obviously, but they're actually pretty similar in some ways as well. They have a lot in common with snakes, including like a very similar digestive system. And also they are literally dinosaurs. Like, this is literally a dinosaur on me, you guys. They are related to T-Rex. They count as reptiles as far as I'm concerned. I'm trying to add more variety, and I've always added variety to mix things up a little bit. Obviously, primarily, I focus on spiders, tarantulas, inverts, and that will always be the main focus of my channel. Honestly, that is my favorite kind of content to make. I absolutely love my inverts, but if you keep a lot of inverts, you also know sometimes there's just not much to say. And instead of creating weird storylines or making videos that I'm just not really feeling, I would like to incorporate more of my other animals into my content, like the chickens. And I think the best way to do it, and a compromise for all animal lovers, is when I do my vlogs, including chicken content, turtle content, snake content, and just you get little snippets of my other animals in those vlogs. Here and there, I might do a specific dedicated video, like the hermit crab videos I've done, and I've done small animal videos and stuff like that. But don't worry, because again, primarily I will always focus on the spiders, inverts, and tarantulas, but sometimes as a creator, and I'm sure even as a viewer, the content with the spiders can become a little repetitive or boring because it's like I'm remaking videos or I'm redoing content a little too frequently, and I can just get kind of bored sometimes editing the same old kind of content. So the vlogs lately have been a really refreshing way for me to kind of liven up my channel a little bit while still remaining true to the roots of my channel, which is spiders. Yeah, so I decided today we are going to do a dedicated chicken video. I just want to show you guys my coop and introduce you to all of my birds. I have a GOTH chicken flock, and primarily the reason why I wanted to get into chicken keeping is the breed Ayam Cemani. They are the Indonesian black chicken. They are black through and through. Their organs are black, their meat is black, their feathers are black, their combs, wattles, feet, everything is black. As a spooky girl myself, I've always had a dream of keeping a bat or a crow or even an owl. So this kind of seems like a healthy compromise. Oh, I feel like I just heard her tummy turn. Like, please do not poop on me. And they love treats. Oh! Even if you don't like chickens, I hope you guys watch this. I hope you enjoy it because I feel like it's not too far off from my regular content. I love goth animals. I just love all animals, and I just think they're just the funnest thing to mix up everything. So anyway, I'm gonna take you guys outside. I'm gonna put Fern back out. I'm gonna clean up a little, and we're gonna go outside and meet all of my birds. So this is our chicken coop. I got it from Tractor Supply. So it came with this metal run, and it came with this coop specifically. Hi Fern, I'm sorry I kidnapped you earlier. But yeah, so this is called the Defender, and it comes with this big coop and this whole run. And then this little coop, if you guys remember, this is their little starter coop. I got this first, and obviously I had to expand pretty quickly. Had lots of roosters that I've had to rehome. I still have 3, and one included is George. You guys can see his head feathers are finally coming back in. He's looking much better, but he he is not vibing at all with everyone else. So he is gonna have to find a new home. He is a white crested black Polish, but as for everybody else, I do plan on keeping them. These guys right here are really awesome. I have 4 of them, but they are super skittish still. These are Midnight Majesty Morans, and they get quite big. They also have these really cool feathers on their feet, but they're my youngest and they're my most skittish. And there's one of my Silkies. Their names are Jude, June, Jules, and Juno. They're all hens. And then I have 2 Silkies. You can see my littler one back there is Ferb or Furby. And then of course we have Fern over here. And Fern and Furby are getting along quite nice. I will say that the Silkies seem to be no issue at all for everyone. In fact, this Silkie here thinks that she's an Ayam Cemani because she was raised with the Ayam Cemani, and you know, girl could hang. So it's funny though, because she's so much older than these Morans, and the Morans are already getting like bigger than she is. But yeah, these guys are really cool. I wish they'd let me get a little closer. Sometimes I pin them off, but I don't have to anymore. They seem to get along pretty well with everyone, but they are a little afraid of the bigger birds still. So yeah, before I introduce you more of the chickens, I just want to show you my actual coop a little bit. So I have these skeletons up for decoration, and I just really thought it's a nice touch for the GOTH chicken flock. So we have lots of skeletons, and then we also have these little twinkly solar lights that come on at night. I think it looks really nice lit up here. I've got the coop a little bit winterized. I did this clear tarp to block the cold, and then I've got this panel right here blocking off wind for George, just so he doesn't get cold. I also attached this, this is not hardwire, it's more plastic, but I attached it around the entire run just to try to keep out anything from reaching its hand in, and the plastic's not on here. I also have hardwire, I don't know if you can see, but it's completely around the coop. And then I have these stones around most of the coop, and then I have these cinder blocks around this as well, just to keep out any digging predators. And then you can also see I have some disco balls in there. Chickens love shiny things. They always try to peck at my wedding rings, so I got them some disco balls, and they do peck at it sometimes. It's also really funny because they do use this over here. They actually ding it. I think it's adorable. I was only doing sand in the summer because it was so hot, but now that it's getting chilly at night, this straw is really, really good for insulating them. I have a lot of it in the coops as well so that they don't get chilly. And yeah, so other than that, I just have some regular old food waterers. I have like some toys around. This is very poopy, but Mr. Tarantula Kat built it and they love it. They try to sleep on it every night because it's so tall, but I have to kick them into the coop. I added this little swing, and then I've got their little grit and oysters right there. Very important for calcium and for digesting their food. Hi. All right, so let's meet the other birds. This girl right here, she's gonna run from me, but she is my main character. She is Agnes. She gives me most of the eggs. Oh, and for Agnes, I don't know what kind of chicken she is. I got her from some guy on Facebook. I think she's a sapphire gem mixed with Ayam Cemani. And then that right there running from me as well, that's Itchy. He's my Ayam Cemani rooster, and he's the noisiest of the bunch. Are you guys really just looking at this dog over here? All right, so there is Itchy, my Ayam Cemani rooster. And you can see he is super majestic. And then right over here is his little girlfriend. She is my female Ayam Cemani, and her name is Celeste. She does not want to go back in the coop. But yeah, she's so pretty, and she's gonna lay me some white eggs. Celeste, let's get back over to the other chickens. Okay, so the black australorps are all hiding. This is Sticky, he's my other rooster. And then that is Faye, and then, no, this one's Faye. And then that one is Fig. So I have 2 girls and a boy, and Itchy and Sticky get along really well. So let me get them some treats so they stop running from me. That's how you gotta like get them to like you. Hold on. Oh, so you all like me as soon as I open this, huh? Wonder why. All right, here we go. Now you can see everybody. So that is Itchy, and then that is, ow, Sticky right there. Ow. Celeste, Fig, and Faye, and there's Agnes. Look at Agnes. See, I think she is a mix. I'm pretty sure she is an Ayam Cemani mix because sapphire gems do not have black wattles and combs, and she has very dark wattles and combs. And now I can pet them because I gave them food, so I've earned it. But yeah, Agnes, head hen, and then I think Itchy right here is probably the boss rooster, but Sticky kind of just lets him be the boss. Sticky hasn't even started crowing yet and is way older than Itchy. Hi, Fern. Ferb. him, Ferb. Yeah, you tell him, Ferb. Don't poop on me like Fern did, okay? So my birds do stay in their coops and runs most of the day, but they do free range a little bit every day, weather permitting, of course. But yeah, that is my Goth chicken flock, and I hope you guys enjoyed. Like this video if you did, subscribe if you're not. Don't forget I have an Instagram that I use probably way too much. It's at Tarantula.Kat. You can go follow me there. I also have a website. So yeah, let's get into the members picks.